Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for stopping by today. So I'm going to be showing you some of my favorite eyeshadow palettes, and as you can see I have them lined out here. Let me just give you a quick look. And this is going to be part one because I do have more palettes and I have given so many of them away because I was starting to have way too many of them that I wasn't using, and it was only right to give them away to people who might be potentially using them. So let's start off with Morphe palettes. Now we all know that Morphe palettes are very affordable and everybody has a Morphe palette or two. So I have these two here. This one is more of the shimmery shades. As you can see, they're both the same things, but this one is the matte shades and this one is the shimmery shades. Now let me just tell you which one this is. This is the 35U palette, and this one here is the 35C palette. And I used to use these palettes very religiously because I love how, you know, the variety of shades and all that, and I thought they were just beautiful, and I'm so longing to play in them, so I might be doing that a little later on. And then of course we have the Juvia's Place. I have two of the Juvia's Place palettes. I have the, what's this one called, the Masquerade Mini, and I also have the Nubian 2, and I love these palettes because the colors are so pigmented, and of course you have variety of shades to use. I especially love this one because of all the blues and the greens, and then you have your neutrals here. Very pretty palettes, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know a lot about the Juvia's Place palettes. They have so many palettes out right now, which I may or may not get my hands on. Let's see how that goes, but I do love the Juvia's Place palettes, and I think they are absolutely stunning. Look at this one here. I love the artwork. Very beautiful palettes. So yes, two Morphe palettes right there and the Juvia's Place palettes. And let's move on to the Jaclyn Hill palette, which I picked up, I want to say a couple months ago. And oh my goodness, guys, I cannot put this palette down. I take it on holiday with me because, I mean, why not? You have all those lovely shades, and I've been playing with it so much. I love this palette. It took me forever to get it, but I finally got my hands on it, and I must say it was worth every penny. I think I paid about £35 or something like that. Don't quote me on Beauty Bay, but I love this palette. It has a lot of different shades you can work with. And then of course you have the bolder shades right here, which is perfect. I just love the combination of shades in this palette. And I think this is one of the best palettes. I think this is, it's a Morphe palette as well. Yes, of course. And I think this is one of the best palettes that Morphe came out with. I love Morphe, you guys. I don't know about you, but I love me some Morphe. And if it was up to me, I would have loads of Morphe palettes. I do have some more, but as I said, this is part one. So stick around for part two. Okay, so let's move on to this ColourPop palette, which I picked up a few months ago as well. And I was on the fence about this palette, but I've been using it, and the more I use it, the more I fall in love with it because the colors are super pigmented, especially these ones right here, the shimmer shades, or should I say the foil shades? I don't know what you call them. They're absolutely gorgeous. Let me zoom in so you can see them. I've been dipping my brush, honey. You can see, especially in the shade right here, you can see I've been really, and that one was broken actually, but I've been really using this a lot. And I must say it's a really nice palette. After being on the fence, yeah, I really do like this palette. And then let's move on to Urban Decay. Now I've had this palette for some time now, and I haven't used it in a very long time because of course you buy new palettes and you just forget about the old ones. Yes, I am very guilty of that. I don't know about you, but I will buy a palette today and buy a palette tomorrow. Then I forget about the palette I bought before and it just goes unnoticed. But I do love this Urban Decay palette. I don't know if it's still very pigmented. Let's have a look. Aha, look at that. I love this palette. Why haven't I used it? Oh man, I gotta use that. I have to use this palette. So yes, this one is called the, what's this one called? This is called, I cannot find the name. Beauty with an Edge. It had, oh, it's called the Shadow Box. Excuse me. It's called the Urban Decay Shadow Box. And Urban Decay always has really nice packaging. And when I saw this packaging, I just had to add this to my collection. I mean, look how beautiful this is. It's like a collector's item, even though I do use them. But it is just absolutely beautiful. Now let's move on to another Urban Decay palette. I've had this palette for ages, and of course it's their Naked 2 palette. If I can get this open. And I used to use this a lot because of all the cool tones, and it has a few warm tones in it as well. And then, you know, it came with a brush and all that, but I'm over this palette. I still use it occasionally if I feel like I want to have a really dark smoky look. I will use this black because it's quite pigmented. But as for that, I don't really use this palette that much, but I think I should dust it off actually. So yes, and then we are moving on to this Violet Voss Drenched Metal palette, which I picked up, I think it was last year or the year before. And it's a nice palette, but I think it was a bit overpriced for, I mean, they're not that pigmented. They're okay once you build them up, but I think that, you know, the Morphe palettes won over this palette. But however, I still do like it. I still do like it. Let's have a little swatcheroo. Let's swatch the green. They're actually really nice colors. I mean, they are quite pigmented, but I think like some of the neutral shades, they don't pick up very well. They do pick up when you swatch them on your fingers, but when you apply them on your lids, they are not the best at pigmentation. However, I do like this palette, and it's very lightweight, so it's very travel friendly. And then of course you have a big mirror right there. You have a big mirror, and it's very, very lightweight, and it's looking a bit mucky because it wouldn't be Shauna if it wasn't dirty. I have to clean my palettes. And we are moving on to the last one. My fingers are filled with eyeshadows, so of course I have to do some cleaning. We have the last one here, which is the Balm, and this is perfect for if you're looking for, if I can get it open. If you're looking for neutral shades, this is perfect. They are lovely, lovely shades. They're so pigmented. Actually, I had forgotten about this palette, but these are absolutely beautiful shades, and I need to dig back into this palette. It almost looks new, actually. I have used it, but not as much as I should have used it. But yeah, I absolutely love this palette. I think it's so worth it. The Balm, you know, they're doing their thing. So yes, love this palette. And actually, it's very lightweight. Look what I just did. Such a pig. It's very lightweight, so again, it's travel friendly. So yeah, this is my part one of my favorite eyeshadows. I have so many palettes. I just did a clear out. I gave away about 20 palettes the other day. And this is, I still have a lot more left, but these are my top palettes. And I will be bringing you part two very soon, so look out for that. Please let me know what your top eyeshadow palettes are and what you'd like me to maybe get in the future and all that good stuff. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And don't forget to check out my new beauty line, my site, which is shaunzbeauty.com. Make sure you go get your lashes and your tools and accessories. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. See you soon. Bye now.